That's Don't Fear the Reaper right here on 100.7 KXTR, The Planet. You are listening to the Rock and Roll Revival. And right now, guys, we have got a very special guest on the phone lines, Matt Boggs with Prophets and Outlaws. Matt, you got us?
What's going on, Big Chris?
How are you, man?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. It's an honor to have you on the show. We appreciate you coming and doing this with us.
Absolutely.
Man, well, let's just get right into it here. How's the current tour going for you guys, man?
It's great. We're actually playing a little private party in Dallas tonight, which is our hometown. So even though we got a big weekend ahead of us in Stephenville and Fort Worth, we are at home at the moment. So pretty easy tour life this weekend.
Yeah, I bet that's nice, man. I bet that's a nice change in pace for you guys.
It's raining today, so I'm just held up in my apartment, just watching a little TV and going to eat a little lunch here pretty soon. A nice, relaxing day.
Well, there you go. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yes, sir.
But you guys haven't been to Stephenville. It's been quite a while since you guys have been back down here. You guys excited to be at City Limits with us tomorrow night?
Yeah, man, and with Midnight River Choir, they're awesome. You know, talk about some good harmonies. They're a good fit with us, so should be a fun night. Obviously going to be at Larry Joe Taylor Music Fest this year on Saturday, so we're excited to get back to Stephenville because we're going to spend a good portion of the spring out there.
Absolutely, man. So for somebody who hasn't seen you guys in concert before, how would you describe y'all's sound and y'all's stage presence?
We call it, we think it's a high-energy show. We try to move around. I'm on a wireless microphone just so I can interact with the crowd more. And we want to have just a high-energy show. And then, we kind of have this, like, soul, kind of Texas soul vibe that we bring at a live show. And it sort of feels like, kind of this country soul, sort of bluesy. I don't know. It's fun for all. We have all ages are at our shows. We have, I don't know, man. It's just something you got to experience. It's definitely the thing we pride ourselves on the most is our live show.
Yeah, man. And you hit on the genre being Texas soul, and Texas soul is something that not a lot of people are really familiar with, but you guys are definitely giving a great name to that genre. How do you guys as a band come together and make that sound happen?
Well, it's just, it's like a sports team or something. I'm the singer. I got this kind of soulful voice. Steven plays guitar, and he's got this sort of bluesy kind of feel, how he plays. James, our drummer, he's got this, like, classic rock, soul, kind of like Motown influence. Keith, he's like a jazz kid, so he throws his little bit in the mix. Everyone just kind of comes together. CJ can do anything, our bass player, so we just kind of all throw that in the melting pot, and out comes this. We didn't know what to call it for the longest time. We always wanted it to be kind of soulful and a little different, and so I think Texas soul kind of sums us up pretty nicely. So we've been calling people that's what it is. I think it's kind of like Eric Willis or Josh Weathers, Midnight River Choir. It's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely, man. We're live with Matt Boggs right now for Prophets and Outlaws. So we're going to go back in time a little bit. Back in, it was 2013, I do believe, that you guys were on a Ranch Factor. That's hosted by KFWR, the Ranch up in Fort Worth.
Seems like yesterday.
Yeah, man. How did Ranch Factor change things for you guys? How did it shape y'all's future as a band?
Well, first of all, we didn't even want to do it. We're from Dallas, and we just kind of thought, man, that's a long way to drive. I think it was like a 10-week event. So it was an unpaid, if you go on the Ranch Factor, you don't get paid to be on the show. So it was kind of like, we got gigs and stuff we got to book. We don't need to be doing this free stuff. So our friend Andrew McWilliams, who he works for Red 11 now, but at the time he was in a band called
He's in the Rusty Brothers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
and,
I know Andrew, all right.
They'd won it the year before, and he was like, guys, I'm telling you, this thing is legit. Like, if you win it, you're going to get free radio promotion, free record a song with Bart Rose, photo shoot, the whole 9 yards. Like, they just set you up. It's worth it. So we get in the contest, and we go out there each week and performed. We tried to play kind of country stuff because we thought that's what they'd want. They're like, no, we want you guys to be you. So that's what kind of just drove it home. Like, just be us, and it really helped. And we just haven't looked back since. It seems like just yesterday, but that launched us for sure.
Yeah, man. So earlier in the interview, you mentioned Larry Joe Taylor Fest. You guys played there last year, and then you guys were invited back to play this year. You're playing on Saturday, the 29th. What does it mean for you guys? Like, how special is it for you guys to get invited to play an event like Larry Joe Taylor?
Well, I mean, outside of the ranch breaking us, the thing that broke us the most was Larry. We actually met him when we had won the Ranch Factor. They had us come back to the Railhead and do a concert, and Larry was there. And that's actually where we met. I think Zach Wilkerson was the first time I met him, and I think a couple other guys. But anyway, Larry knew our song Soul Shop, which just blew us away. And we were coming up on the festival, and he gave us the last spot he had on the small all-sub stage. And that was, 4 years ago. And this will be our fourth time back at LJT, and we just love Larry. Just wrote a song with him not very long ago about baseball because it's something me and Larry have in common. Just love the game of baseball, so we sat down and wrote a baseball song just for fun, just to do it, and just have the most fun with that guy. He's a great dude, great mentor, and honored to be a part of any of his festivals.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. But back in February, you got to play for a very special crowd, the 25-year reunion for the 1992 Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl team. And you guys performed Our Heroes Have Always Been Cowboys, which is old Willie Nelson tune. How was that, man? I mean, I saw videos from that. I got to hear some stories about that evening, and it seemed like that would have been absolutely wild to be a part of.
I mean, growing up in Dallas, you can imagine. I mean, I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old when they won those Super Bowls. And those were my heroes. I mean, outside of musicians, Troy, Dion, Emmett, Aikman, all those guys, they were my heroes. So just to, be honored to get to do that song. And what was so funny is how true the meaning of the song was in my heart when I sang it, because those guys were my heroes and still are in a lot of ways. And it was just one of the highest honors I've ever been given, to be honest with you. Yeah. And I'll never, ever forget that night. Just I got to watch a Troy Aikman Super Bowl highlight reel right next to him, just he and I and two other people. It was incredible. So I don't know. It's just the greatest night ever.
Man, I got to tell you, I am jealous of that, man. I mean, as a guy
it's just one of those privileges when you're a musician, you never know who you're going to run into or what kind of opportunity you might get, and it's just one of those special blessings.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, growing up in Dallas, that's where I grew up at, being a Cowboys fan. I mean, that's the dream right there, getting to sit down with those guys and getting to spend an evening with them. I mean, there's nothing better than that.
And they were all so cool. That was the other thing, they were all just so happy. I don't know. It was just a great night. It was a dream come true, really.
Yep. So, guys, we're here with Matt Boggs, the lead singer of Prophets and Outlaws. They're going to be playing at City Limits tomorrow night here in Stephenville. Got a couple more questions for you, Matt. Show Me is y'all's current single. It's an absolutely groovy song. Listened to it quite a few times. I love it. Tell me a little bit about the process behind writing that one.
That's actually, so Steven, the guitar player, Steven Guckenheimer and myself are the writers for the band. And Steven wrote that one because his girlfriend kind of was giving him the business, saying like, I know you say you love me, but you don't show it. Actions speak louder than words, sort of thing. So Steven went and wrote that song, and man, he came to us with that groove, and it was undeniable. Like that song it has got some feel. You listen to it and you can't help but kind of dance along, and those are our favorite types of songs. So we were just so excited to get it out to radio, and so excited for people to hear it. And I mean, that's what Texas Soul is to us, is that song, that kind of feel.
For sure, man. I mean, like you said, that is Texas Soul. It's something that you can't find very often right now, and you guys are on the front edge of pushing that genre and on the front edge of developing that genre into what it is. So to hear that sound coming from you guys is just, I mean, it's one of the coolest things.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So let me ask you this. Now, I ask this to most of the bands and stuff that we interview. What do you guys look for when deciding on a single? When you guys, you have an EP or something, 5 or 6 songs, what stands out in a song and you say, this is what we want? This one right here is what we want to be the single.
Well, first things first, you just want to pick what everyone kind of agrees on is your best song, or a song that's going to relate the best to the audience. So, you might have a song that you think is your best song, but maybe it won't relate well to, Fort Worth listeners for one reason or another. But maybe it would do really well on the internet, for instance, or, there's always Spotify or YouTube. So we just look for a song that we think radio listeners are going to dig. And a lot of times that's kind of upbeat. Really, our strongest lyrics, the songs that have the strongest lyrics, I think, are generally what make it on the radio, because people are listening on pins and needles in their cars and on the internet. At a live show, a lot of times you just want a song that grooves and feels good, because people are just there to drink and socialize. But when they're in their car or listening at home, they're listening for those lyrics and the meanings behind it. So we try to put our best lyrical content out there on the radio. And then other things to consider, like summertime or wintertime. You want kind of like a more at home feel, kind of a song that makes you feel good in the wintertime, sort of like everyone's coming home for Christmas kind of feel. In the summertime, you want like we're gonna go have fun on the beach kind of feel. There's all kinds of different stuff, and we've got radio promoters that help us with that. And so what we'll do is we'll turn in our 2 or 3 or 4 best options to the people we trust the most. There's about 4 or 5 of them in our little brain trust, and we just kind of get their opinion mixed with our opinion, and at the end of the day, we all agree that this song is the one moving forward.
Very nice, man. So you guys are working on a new album right now. How is all that coming along? And do we have a name or release date for that one yet?
We are working on a new album. We are still putting songs together. Steven and I have been getting together a lot more with the focus of writing for the album versus, before we get together and just write, just to do it, just to, kind of see if we came up with something. But now we're a little bit more focused and have a little bit more direction. I wouldn't say that we've actually haven't defined anything in terms of like where we're headed, what direction we're going with it. We're still just kind of writing and seeing what's coming out, still sort of being very creative and open to a lot of ideas. And we're pretty excited about the new sound. I think we're starting to mature a little bit as a band and starting to come into our own. So whenever this album does come out, it's definitely going to represent who we are moving forward. And everyone, hopefully they're going to love it and be on board just like they have been with all of our other singles.
Absolutely, man. Now, the last thing I want to ask you about in light of this new album, you guys have a contest going on y'all's website that's called A Concert for a Cause, and I believe that's open to sororities. Tell me a little bit about that and how people can get involved and how they can get signed up for that one.
Yeah, this is cool. So we just wanted sororities to basically they all have a philanthropy they need to donate to every semester. And one way we can do that is by helping them raise money by giving them 20% of what we make at the door at a show. So what we say is whichever sorority brings the most people and has them check in under, their sorority name, let's say it's Tridelt. If the Tridelts bring the most people, we would give them and their cause, whatever that might be, 20% of what we make at the door. So the idea is the more people that come, the more money we can donate, and we can really make a difference for all these different causes, whatever they might be. So, and then we have a thing on the website is kind of a year-long, or we haven't defined how long it's going to go, but for right now it's perpetually running. Whichever sorority brings the most people to any event for the length of the contest is going to win a special performance by us at their sorority.
Very nice, man. Well, Matt, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk to us. We are going to see you guys tomorrow night live with Midnight River Choir at City Limits here in Stephenville, Texas. What time's downbeat for that one? Do you know?
Big Chris, I do not know. We need to be on the road at about noon tomorrow, so I think that's the only thing I'm aware of. I would bet it's going to be about 9:30 would be about when we kick things off, but don't quote the lead singer. They usually don't tell us very much.
Well, we'll go with a soft 9:30 then. But make sure you guys get out
soft
there.
Soft 9:30, but get there early and come drink with us, hang out. It's going to be a fun night, a lot of cool people. So just show up after dinner. How about that?
Absolutely, man. A night full of beautiful harmonies. You guys with Midnight River Choir together, that is going to be an absolutely great show. You guys are going to be kicking yourself if you miss this one. But Matt, like I said, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day, man.
All right, brother.
All right, thank you, sir. That was Matt Boggs right here on 100.7 KXTR The Planet, lead singer of Prophets and Outlaws. They're going to be here in Stephenville tomorrow night at City Limits. Midnight River Choir is opening that show. Like you heard Matt said, it's a soft 9:30 start, so make sure you guys get out there early, hang out with them, visit with the bands, and, of course, support live music, guys, like we always do. We got about another hour left here on the Rock and Roll Revival with Big Chris, so make sure you keep it locked in right here, 100.7 KXTR The Planet.